The international terminal at JFK Airport once buzzed with energy, a vibrant crossroads where the world seemed to gather under one roof. Here, you could hear a symphony of languages, see families reuniting with tearful embraces, and witness friends saying their heartfelt goodbyes. The air was thick with anticipation, excitement, and the promise of new adventures. Every corner of the terminal told a story, of journeys just beginning, of long-awaited returns, and of dreams taking flight. Today that energy is muted. The once crowded check-in lines now have noticeable gaps, and rows of empty seats stretch across the terminal. The lively chatter has faded to a gentle murmur, replaced by a softer, almost somber hum that fills the vast space. The airport feels suspended in time, caught between what it was and what it has become. The departure board, once a beacon of possibility, now flashes more canceled notices than ever before. Each cancellation is a story interrupted, a trip postponed, a reunion delayed, a business deal put on hold. The familiar symphony of rolling luggage is quieter, and the chorus of languages that once echoed through the halls has faded to a whisper. The energy that once defined these spaces has been replaced by an unfamiliar stillness. This isn't just a slow day, it's a sign of a larger shift, a transformation that's reshaping the very nature of global travel. Airport workers who once thrived on the constant movement and diversity of international travelers now notice fewer new faces and far less bustle. Their routines have changed, and so has the rhythm of their days. Across the country from Los Angeles to Miami, this scene repeats itself. America's airports, once among the busiest in the world, are now noticeably quieter. The echo of footsteps replaces the roar of crowds. The magnetic pull of the U.S. as a destination has weakened. Iconic landmarks that once drew millions now stand before sparse crowds, and arrival halls that used to overflow with eager visitors are eerily empty. These empty seats represent more than just numbers. They're lost connections, missed opportunities, and stories that may never be told. Each vacant chair is a reminder of the journeys that never began. The world is still moving, but fewer are choosing the U.S. as their destination. The flow of people has slowed, and the ripple effects are felt far beyond the airport walls. This quiet terminal is a symptom of a deeper change, a shift in how people see travel, safety, and the world itself. Closed shops and shuttered restaurants hint at the broader impact on communities and economies. The story begins long before anyone steps into the airport. It's shaped by global events, changing policies, and the evolving hopes and fears of travelers everywhere. Something fundamental is shifting in global travel. The world is reimagining its connections, and the future of movement is being rewritten before our eyes. The decline in international travel to the United States isn't just a vague impression or a passing trend. It's a reality that's now being measured in hard numbers and visible changes at airports across the country. In fact, foreign airlines have slashed a staggering 320,000 seats on US-bound flights for the next 6 months alone. This isn't a small, temporary dip. It's a significant, calculated move that's sending shockwaves through the entire travel industry. This is a major, deliberate reduction, not a minor tweak or seasonal adjustment. Airlines are making tough decisions, and the scale of these cuts is unprecedented in recent years. Airlines, always guided by the basic laws of supply and demand, are signaling that they simply don't expect to fill those seats. The demand just isn't there, and they're responding accordingly. Rather than risk flying half-empty planes across vast oceans, an expensive gamble, they're choosing to ground aircraft and consolidate flights, hoping to avoid further financial losses. The cut is a direct response to a sharp drop in international bookings. Fewer travelers are searching for, and booking, flights to the US, and airlines are adjusting their schedules in real time. Some carriers, especially those based in Europe and the Middle East, have made the deepest and most dramatic cuts, reflecting a broader shift in global travel patterns. To put this massive reduction in perspective, it's the equivalent of grounding about 1,000 wide-body jets, the very planes designed to carry hundreds of passengers across continents and oceans. Each empty seat on those planes represents more than just lost airline revenue. It's a lost visitor, someone who won't be checking into American hotels, dining in local restaurants, or shopping in US stores. The ripple effect is enormous. The financial impact stretches far beyond the airlines themselves. Cities, small businesses, and workers in tourism-dependent industries are all feeling the pinch as fewer international travelers arrive. Airlines are making these tough choices to protect their bottom line, but their actions send a clear message. US demand is no longer strong enough to justify previous levels of service. This is a powerful statement from a global industry that once saw America as a top destination, a must-have on every route map. For many international carriers, flying to America is becoming less and less profitable, forcing them to rethink their strategies and focus on other more lucrative markets. The numbers are clear and the trend is unmistakable. The US is rapidly losing its place as a premier global destination, and the effects are being felt everywhere from airports to iconic landmarks. The consequences of this shift are just beginning to unfold, and the full impact on the American economy, tourism, and global reputation remains to be seen. Why are fewer people coming? The reasons are complex. The strong US dollar makes everything more expensive for foreign visitors. Reports of long customs lines and stricter visa rules create a perception of a difficult, less welcoming entry. Social media amplifies stories of travelers facing hassles or being denied entry. Political rhetoric and policies perceived as unwelcoming have a chilling effect. Other countries are seizing the moment, streamlining visas, launching tourism campaigns, and offering better value. Travelers have more choices than ever, and many are choosing destinations that feel more accessible and affordable. The US is no longer the obvious first choice. For foreign airlines, cutting 320,000 seats is a defensive move, but it hurts. These cuts aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. They represent thousands of missed opportunities, lost connections, and disappointed travelers. Each empty seat is a reminder of the challenges facing the industry, and every canceled flight ripples through the entire network. US routes were once among the most profitable, filled with business travelers and tourists eager to explore new destinations or close important deals. These flights were the backbone of many airlines' international operations, providing steady revenue and high demand year-round. Now, airlines must reallocate valuable long-haul aircraft to more promising markets, often at short notice. This means shifting resources, retraining crews, and sometimes flying planes to entirely new destinations, all while trying to maintain efficiency and profitability. Cutting US flights disrupts their entire network, reducing connecting traffic and weakening their global reach. Fewer flights mean fewer options for passengers, and less connecting traffic can make entire routes unprofitable, forcing airlines to rethink their global strategies. Fixed costs at US airports, landing fees, staff, and ground services, don't disappear when flights are cut. Airlines still have to pay for gate space, maintenance, and support staff, even if planes aren't flying as often, putting additional strain on already tight budgets. Downsizing US operations can mean job losses and strained partnerships. Employees face uncertainty, and long-standing alliances between airlines may be tested as everyone scrambles to adapt to the new reality. Even US airlines can't easily fill the gap. The whole market is shrinking. With fewer travelers overall, competition intensifies, and airlines must work harder to attract the limited number of passengers still flying. The result, more competition for fewer passengers, and downward pressure on ticket prices. Airlines are forced to offer discounts and promotions, which can erode profits even further, making it harder to recover from losses. Airlines are forced to adapt quickly or risk deeper losses. This means making tough decisions, from cutting routes to renegotiating contracts, and investing in new technologies to streamline operations and reduce costs. The shrinking US market is a challenge for the entire industry. Airlines, airports, and even tourism boards must rethink their strategies to survive in this new environment where uncertainty is the only constant. Everyone is fighting for a smaller slice of the pie. The competition is fierce, and only the most adaptable airlines will emerge stronger from this period of upheaval. The ripple effects are global. Changes in the US market impact airlines and travelers around the world, affecting everything from ticket prices to the availability of international routes. The industry is in a period of tough adjustment. As airlines navigate these turbulent times, resilience and innovation will be key to weathering the storm and preparing for a brighter future. For travelers, fewer flights mean fewer choices. Convenient departures and direct routes are disappearing, replaced by longer layovers and odd arrival times. With less supply, prices rise, especially during peak seasons. Last-minute deals are rare, and booking late means paying more. Direct flights from smaller cities are being cut, forcing more connections and longer journeys. Airlines may cut in-flight services or delay cabin upgrades on less profitable routes. The travel experience is becoming more stressful, expensive, and inconvenient. For many, visiting the US just isn't as appealing as it once was. The drop in international visitors sends shockwaves through the U.S. economy. International tourists spend more and stay longer than domestic travelers. Hotels, restaurants, retailers, and attractions all feel the loss. Lower occupancy means layoffs and reduced hours for workers. Retailers and tourist hotspots see sales drop. Attractions and cultural sites face budget cuts and fewer visitors. Small towns and rural communities that rely on tourism are especially vulnerable. The 320,000 seat reduction is a national economic issue, threatening jobs and businesses everywhere. Airlines aren't just waiting for things to improve, they're adapting fast. They're cutting capacity with precision, reducing flight frequency, or using smaller planes. Aircraft are redeployed to markets with stronger demand, like Asia or Southern Europe. Pricing and marketing strategies are shifting. Targeted sales, early bird discounts, and partnerships with tourism boards. Airlines are using advanced revenue management to fill seats more efficiently. Code sharing and alliances help maintain a presence in the US without flying their own planes. For example, a European airline might drop its Denver flight but book passengers onto a partner's Chicago route. Collaboration is key to surviving the downturn. The industry is pivoting globally, chasing revenue wherever it can be found. Every decision is data-driven and focused on minimizing losses. The US market is no longer the center of gravity. Airlines are becoming more agile and strategic. Adaptation is the only way forward. Travelers aren't staying home, they're going elsewhere. Europe is booming, with countries like Portugal and Greece drawing record crowds. Canada and Mexico offer similar experiences at lower costs and with friendlier reputations. Southeast Asia is thriving, offering value, culture, and adventure. Travelers are seeking new experiences and destinations that feel more welcoming. The global tourism market is more competitive than ever. Right now, many countries are outpacing the US in attracting international visitors. Reversing this trend will take a national effort. The US must streamline entry, faster customs, easier visas, and clear communication. A major marketing campaign is needed to project a welcoming image. Highlighting America's diversity, value, and unique experiences can shift perceptions. Promoting affordable regions and bundled travel packages can help offset the strong dollar. The message must be clear. The US is open and eager for visitors. It's about more than policy, it's about genuine hospitality. When travelers feel wanted and respected, they come, and they return. The path back starts with a simple message. You are welcome here. America's future as a top destination depends on it.